Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Xavier. So today we're going to start up another debate. Which one tops your list? Chinese food, Korean food, or Japanese food? I know that Chinese food has always been really popular worldwide, but I also see quite a lot of Japanese restaurants and Korean restaurants these days. So we're going to hit the streets to find out what people have to say about it. So out of Chinese food, Korean food, and Japanese food, which one is your favorite? And if you could rank them, how would you rank them?
Okay, I would probably do Korean, Japanese, Chinese, but I do love all of them.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it about Korean food that you like the most?
I think I've actually watched this YouTube channel called The Korean Englishman.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you know about it, but that's inspired me and I don't know, maybe gain a lot of knowledge about the Korean cuisine. But then I don't eat meat, for example, so that's maybe a bit I don't know, ironic because I know that the meat culture is very strong over in Korea, but they do have very nice sort of tofu options with bibimbap and stuff like that. I just think that I've consumed more Korean food maybe.
Yeah.
And then Japanese food, I do love ramen. Yeah.
Like I'll say Japanese 1, Korean 2, Chinese 3, but the reason why I would do it that way is because it's the most that I've explored. Like I've explored Japanese the most, I've explored Korean the second most, I've explored Chinese by far the least. So if I ate a lot of Chinese food and I hung out with locals and I learned about the cuisine because I know there's a lot of different stuff on the menus, I probably would like it.
I feel like a lot of Canadians or a lot of Western people would probably explore more Chinese food, right? Because there's a lot more Chinese restaurants and stuff. But I think there's also a lot less authenticity as well. Like a lot of the Chinese food is not really authentic, right?
Yeah, but for me, I went to the source. I went to Japan and I went to Korea.
Yeah,
I haven't been to China. I'd like to go, but I went to the source so I could actually taste it.
Yeah, I think you sort of advise people to translate, right? To translate sushi into Japanese and search on the.
saw that,
I
yeah.
saw that video.
I had 25 million views on TikTok.
I have to be careful because my daughter-in-law is Japanese.
Oh, really? Well, this is a food related though, so.
Okay, I happen to love Chinese food, but I also like sushi as well, but I would say my preference would be Chinese food.
That's intense. I think I'd go for Japanese. I love the sushi. So I would be happy to just, keep eating sushi for the rest of my life as well. But I'm not as knowledgeable on, what other Japanese foods there are. So yeah, but definitely sushi. So Japanese.
What about you?
As much as I love sushi, I would go for Chinese food. Just because the variety that Chinese food offers, I am such a big fan. And there's barely anything in Chinese food that I don't like, I feel like I love everything. So I would say, yeah, Chinese food.
So what is your favorite dish then, out of all the Chinese dishes that you've tried? Something that you would definitely order when you go to a Chinese restaurant.
This is such a hard question. I'm gonna go with noodles. Any type of noodles, I'm happy.
Oh, really?
As long as it's not too spicy, just because I am very not resistant to spicy food. I would say any form of noodles is awesome.
Okay, so what about pasta? What is it that makes noodles sort of tick compared to pasta?
I would say just the kind of sauce that we put in, and just all the vegetables and just stuff like that. I feel like it's generally a healthy dish, whereas pasta can very quickly get not so healthy. You know what I mean? It's very hard for me. That question is really hard just because part of my family is Italian, and so my grandmother is Italian, and so I grew up with eating pasta and good pasta, fresh pasta. Yeah. I've been to Italy multiple times, and Italian food, man.
Well, we don't have cheese. I mean, there's no cheese
That's
in Asian
true.
cuisines, right? Usually.
I could live without cheese, but just mozzarella is just something else.
Wow! No, yeah, that's crazy. That's a great question. That's a great question. I can't say that. Okay.
If you had to pick one to eat for the rest of your life, which one would you pick?
Woo! Japanese or Korean? One of the two. I don't know. Japanese or Korean is that's 51 or 49%. That's 51-49.
Okay, so which one has the upper hand?
Gosh. Japanese. I'll say Japanese. As we speak right now, I've had Japanese cuisine, and I understand the Japanese culture, not just in cuisine, but in discipline, in mind structures, in mind standards. So I could say they're, you know, I prefer the Japanese culture. Not to say that I prefer, but I'm just saying at the moment in time because I've already delved into information with the Japanese culture.
Yeah.
But with the Korean culture, I haven't really been around
Yeah.
or been in the loop with them. You know what I mean? So right now for me, it's Japanese
Okay.
because I love I love Japanese samurais, bro. Yeah, like, come on, bro.
I love Japanese food. Yeah, I would say like Japanese food. It's between the countries you say, like among those, I would say Japanese food. Yeah, I love sushi. Like Japanese, I would give it a solid 9. Chinese food, like 7.
Okay.
What was the other one?
Korean food?
Korean food. I haven't had much of it actually. What's
Okay, so-
Korean? What's like a main dish?
Bulgogi's,
Kimchi.
I like all of them, and I eat them all, and I like them for different reasons, I guess.
Okay.
Yes.
But if you had to pick one, which one would you pick? Sorry, this is a bit challenging.
Good question. Maybe Korean food.
Korean food, right? Is there like a special sort of flavor that you like about Korean food?
I guess I'm a fan of spice, I suppose, but I think this is kind of applicable to Chinese food, for instance, too. So
But it's a different type of spice, you know, it's a little bit more sour maybe. Or
you're right.
I definitely really appreciate the flavors of Korean food and Japanese food, but I also hope that more people get to try some authentic Chinese dishes in the future.